Yes, we are recording. Welcome to another episode of Two Touch Podcast. And quick housekeep before we proceed. Do like, comment, and subscribe. And then also let us know your opinions on where football is today. Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
And check out the jumpers as well, man.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Got
yeah,
myself
yeah,
a
yeah,
jumper. People,
yeah.
I'm telling you, son, go and do your thing, go and buy it. And comfy for the winter as well. So.
Yeah, and actually, I need to get myself a blender. So yeah,
Portable
limitless blender.
blenders,
Yeah,
listen,
I need one of
I'm
those.
giving it away to people just as a tester. So if you want one, let us know. and
Okay,
we'll
yeah,
sort you out.
no, because I really like people who know me know that I love fruit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take you up on that one, and then of course check out while we're not recording this, which is another podcast that I do whereby I focus mainly on creatives, and not just creatives, but people I find inspiring. And actually, that's where we really linked up after that conversation.
Exactly.
But no, today we're going to talk about, I guess, football positions. Yeah, just football in general, I guess. Like that's the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, which wanna start? I was thinking talking about attacking midfielders, because I think it's a dying position in terms of
To say it's a dying position, I feel like the position has changed over the years. You've gone from your David Silvas to your Kevin De Bruyne's.
Yeah, but then see, I was thinking Kev, right, in terms of the sort of new schoolish attacking midfielder, but he was more so an 8.
That's
if
what I was
you
just going
think
to say.
about it.
Kevin De Bruyne, you can play 8 as well, but
Yeah.
let's say Bruno Fernandes, because everyone's knocking him for saying, oh, he should be playing in the 10. He doesn't suit playing that deep line midfielder role.
Yeah.
So it's kind of evolved over time. Your Ozils, for example.
Yeah.
Top technician.
But then now see, like that was my other thought process, is that if we are then looking at pure 10s, we are going back a couple of generations, and majority of them have actually retired, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, because I was just looking, even, like, for example, you can say Odegaard is a 10, but really he plays like an 8.
Yeah, and he can play on the wing as well, So what's the definition of a true 10 these days? So who is a true 10 these days? Because Messi's a 10.
You could say Messi was a 10, but then at the same time, at some point in his career, he played on the right.
Yeah.
But then obviously, I feel like Messi had the license to play the so-called 10 because he wasn't expected to do what a 10 is supposed to do now. If that makes sense? Because when I think of a 10, I don't think about them defending. I know that sounds weird because in today's game, it's almost like defend from the front, press from the front, and then if you're 10, you're expected to also come back. Because like I feel like I'm going to touch on a player that's a 10 right now, and that's Verts.
Right.
Excuse me. But Verts is a 10, but I feel like he's in a sticky situation.
In terms of sticky situation, the worst thing that could have happened pre-season or going into the season is obviously Liverpool getting some injuries to key players who probably would have started, i.e. McAllister when he was out.
That was a huge one.
So with the way Verts is being perceived, and I always go back to the hype that he was coming into this league, he was taking it by storm. Obviously the media kind of over-exaggerated it a little bit, in my opinion, based on what Bundesliga player who's German has come in and killed it like that. Not many. So I feel like the pressure of that and the team that he plays for, the type of football that they play, for me didn't really suit that type of role for him as a number 10.
Yeah.
So Ryan Shirky, for example, pure 10.
Yeah.
But he can play on the right as well. But if we're putting him in his position, he's more creative as a number 10 than he would be on the left wing, because kind of his work rate isn't there to play as a winger as you expect it to.
See, once I go coming back to work rate.
Exactly, so it comes back to work rate. So with Verts coming into a new league that's more dynamic, more physical, more intense, he can't play. There's levels, and I feel like they threw him in the deep end straight away too early.
Because I'd agree with
if you think about that number 10 pocket, that 10 pocket, think about the people who play around that, who are looking to counter you being creative in that position. Caicedo.
Yeah.
You've got Declan Rice in there, so you destroyers. So if you're going to play number 10, you need to have a bit about you. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, like, I agree. But then see, like I found myself thinking, okay, cool. Okay, if that's the case, I feel like because I was actually thinking, okay, where could David Silva play, right? Because
Yeah, as well.
because he was a 10, but then I feel like how football was played in them times allowed him to be a 10. But now I feel like he would find himself in a similar predicament as Wirtz, because certain aspects would be
Yeah.
expected of him. Unless, okay, see, here's the thing. I feel like maybe a 10 does better if a team is a lot more settled. Like, you know what I mean?
I'll be honest with you. Again, I'm just going back to the fact that obviously football has evolved
Yeah.
over the past, let's say, 5 to 6, 7 years. You see, David Silva, for example, if he was playing as a number 10 now, there's only select few teams that he could play as a number 10 for. So one of them being City, because predominantly with Pep's style of play, he does like a player in behind the striker to play as a 10.
Yeah.
But he couldn't play for someone like Liverpool. That's why I think Wirtz kind of went wrong in terms of his move to Liverpool. I think he chose the wrong team. He was doing world tours around Liverpool, around City to see which one. And whoever advised him to choose Liverpool,
You know, apparently it was his choice, and it was how Slot sold the project to him. But like you said at the top of the conversation was the fitness issues that we had, especially key positions like the DM.
Yeah.
Or like the midfielders that are just behind the forward line. We had issues there, which means we were kind of shoehorning players in.
Okay.
And that's why, like, he bought the project that Slot sold to him. I think Slot was initially going for that, but because the team didn't necessarily play to how Slot imagined the system to work, it hindered him.
I've got another question in regards to that. Just obviously not just to not dismiss your point, but in terms of this is going back to Arne Slot and Liverpool. Do you think the injuries played a part in terms of? I think you mentioned it at the start of the season. For me, I heard someone say in another podcast that Arne Slot this season was going to play 3 at the back with wing backs. Hence that's why he bought the likes of Frimpong, the likes of Kerkez, and Wirtz was going to play as one of the number 10s. So do you think they were going that way, or do you think?
It's a weird one, right? Because in Liverpool's blueprint, we don't do 3 at the back. But do I like 3 at the back? If you know, if you play against me on FIFA or Ultimate Team, you know that I play 3-5-2.
Really?
Yeah. I play 3-5-2 with the wingers bombing up and down. Well, when I say wingers, but like the fullbacks. I literally play 3-5-2, and I like the element of having 2 strikers and then an attacking midfielder behind them. If you're telling me Slot was going to go for a 3-5-2, by any means, but then the question then is, there's only one dude who sticks out like a sore thumb in a 3-5-2, and that's Salah. Salah doesn't necessarily, not that he doesn't work in a 3-5-2, but he doesn't have a position in a 3-5-2.
So is that kind of going away from Liverpool or trying to move away from Salah and the players that they have bought? Because I've still got a question. I know a lot of people are going to say Liverpool needed to buy more attackers, but if you're going to buy...
I'm not on that, like, on the boat of we needed more attackers. Let me actually had an argument with one of the homies. He was saying Liverpool put too front heavy.
Yeah.
I think, I actually disagree with that. I'll tell you why I disagree with that. I disagree with with them or with him on that, because Liverpool, if you look at the forwards, forget the name, forget what they did.
Yeah.
Just look at, Diaz left, so we needed a left winger.
Right, okay.
And then Jota, unfortunately, I'm going to put players that have left the club.
Right.
Jota, Nunes, and
Diaz.
Right. Those 3 left. We needed 3 replacements. Did we get the 3 replacements? arguably yes. And you can throw in Wirtz in that pocket if you want.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, as Liverpool fans, we thought, oh, Szoboszlai could do better with his numbers. So it's like, okay, you know what?
You thought you was going to get more goals from the
Yeah, like I thought we'd get more creativity. And then also, when you count the fact that we lost, Trent left. With Trent leaving, it's like we need more creativity. Because where's the creativity going to come from? Which is also emphasizing why Wirtz was needed.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So, as far as me, it's get all the replacements, but we still needed 2 centre-backs and a DM.
Right, okay.
We needed 2 centre-backs, because right now you can argue that we literally just have 2
You're
centre-backs.
literally an injury away from either Van Dijk or Konate from the...
Because, look, the reason why I'm saying 2 is because Konate, over the years, it's kind of like he's injury prone.
He is injury prone.
No. Like, I'm saying kind of because he's still fit. I'm hoping he stays fit. But we needed 2 centre-backs.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at the club signing the 18-year-old. But to me, that's a succession plan.
Right.
Like, you know, the Italian, what do you call them? I feel like he's got a
kid,
I know.
Leone?
His name, Leone. Yeah. So we like, for me, very good centre back, very good prospect.
Yeah.
But he's not ready to play week
So
in,
is that
week
where
out.
you went wrong with leaving the Guehi situation? I know we always come back
Ah
to
man, like, you
leaving the
know
Guehi
how
situation so
disappointed
last
I
minute.
was.
Because from what I see is, for me, after someone brought it up, it actually made sense. I think he was going to go straight at the back and play Guehi, Van Dijk and Konate. And then you would have had, as a right wing back, Frimpong. Left wing back, probably Kirkes.
Yeah.
And then midfield, you would have had
You still had Gravy
Gravenberch,
and Marker. And
even McAllister or Szoboszlai if you want to point that. And Wirtz would have been
in the 10
in
position.
that 10 position, then you've got your 2 strikers.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's eventually going to happen.
Yeah.
But for right now, I think because Salah's still there as well.
And that's,
And you've not got some of the players who can play that that type of formation.
Yeah,
But
we don't.
over time, moving away from Salah, I think he's going to go to a 3-5-2.
Yeah, no, like you know what? I don't disagree with that, because I think I even hypothesized with one of my friends, because he was like, because he supports Palace. I think I've mentioned him before. I was like, yeah, he's not going to go to Liverpool to be a star, blah, blah, blah. And I said, first of all, you got to earn your position. If that's not it, I'm still happy with us playing 3, because I feel like that's a solid back 3 with Van Dijk in between both of them.
Yeah.
Like with Konate on the right, or if Konate gets injured, then Gomez comes in. And that's where my thing of having 2 extra centre-backs needed comes into play. So that's why I think with Slot, he shot himself in the foot. Because I feel like, and this is now Liverpool's recruitment, whereby we can't...
So you're questioning your recruitment?
No.
It's just the whole number 10 situation. If you're going to do that, if we're going to go back to the number 10 conversation. So in terms of Wirtz, do you think it's more the team or the player that's the issue?
I think I take blame away from him, me personally.
Yeah, the way you protect him is crazy.
No, it's because, dude.
150.
No, it's because he's created so many opportunities.
Has he?
Yeah.
But I'm not just talking about moments. I'm talking about his overall play. His overall play has not been good.
Yeah, and okay, this is what I'm saying. I'm not blaming him. Because then, like, I actually blame the team and the manager, not him. I'm not isolating him, saying it's just Wirtz, he's the issue. Without him, da-da-da-da-da. Because even when he's not in that position, we're still going through similar issues. If that makes sense?
Okay.
Or maybe even worse.
It's not even just as a team. I'm looking at it as from an individual point of view. Everything just seems very lethargic. He thinks he's got more time than he should have on the ball. It's just, I'm shocked that if you're going to choose a team like Liverpool and come to a league like the Premier League as a number 10, you need to do better. You need to know better and prepare yourself better.
Yeah. Oh
for
no.
the challenge
I agree on that one. But see, the reason why I was saying I don't blame him, it's like this is for me. It's like a padding in period.
Right.
like actually it's funny because majority of today's topics are gonna low-key come back to
Highlight,
Liverpool,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Because I was gonna say team chemistry is a thing for me.
Right.
And also it goes back to what I said at the start. It was like there's certain players that are injured, and I wouldn't rush some of our players in to play at the moment. It's like get your fitness up
Yeah. And then come
before
back.
you jump in.
Right.
Because like Soboslai is holding it down. But see, that's borderline the modern 10, if that makes sense.
I feel like the number 10 these days, Liverpool probably got the best blueprint in terms of a team that doesn't really play with number 10s. Traditionally, over the years, your number 10's always played on the wing.
Yeah,
say
like
for
if you
your
remember Coutinho,
back
he
in
was
the
almost,
days.
yeah.
So if Coutinho, let's say in the early 2000s, he would have
Yeah.
been behind the striker.
Yeah,
So like your Pablo Aimaz and stuff like that. If they were playing right now, they'll
Yeah.
probably be shit out on the wing, and then you'll make room for more dynamic,
yeah.
more dynamic free in
Yeah,
midfield.
yeah.
You see, so even who can I say? PSG don't even play with a natural 10 anymore.
No, they
If you
don't.
look at the team now, you got CDM as Vitinha sometimes, and then Fabio
But
Ruiz.
see, like
They all rotate.
I feel like they play pure football because even like once again, so I'm gonna keep going back to my mates because sometimes we have those conversations because they were saying to me they don't see how Ekitike and Issa can play together. For me, it's like if you look at PSG, no one would have said to me, yes, Dembele is a striker.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
However, those positions they interchange, which also reminds me. It's funny because sometimes I look at it and be like, you know what? Football these days, sometimes we are too stuck on the position, right? Reason being, when I was playing football, at times, not even at times, like say when like if we had a corner or something like that, me and the other like winger, we would actually be like, yo, let's swap sides.
Yeah.
No, even in game, like there's that interchangeability. So that's why for me it's like, no, let's not get too stuck. Like, no, he's a left winger, he has to stay on left wing, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I was saying PSG play pure football because they interchange. And
Does that come down to the manager giving obviously the team a little bit more freedom and flexibility? Because if you look at Arteta, for example, he's very stuck in terms of where he wants his players to play.
Yeah.
He's not very, there's not really any room for manoeuvre. And going back to back in the day, even United used to do it. Nani, for example, if he's playing left wing, he'll swap with Ronaldo. Rooney, he'll play up front, then he'll come back, drop in as a 10.
Or if it's like, yo, that fullback is giving you a hard time, yo, let's switch. I know I'm quicker than you, I've got quicker feet than you, no, let's swap, let me see if I can take him.
The way football is right now, in terms of the number 10, I feel like it's been phased out.
Yeah, I feel like, I agree.
I wouldn't say phased out, I feel like the players are different.
The profile,
now.
the players that play, the profile for a 10 is different from what it used to be.
So the profile I would say now for a number 10 is more like your Bruno Fernandes. It's more about output than it is like flair and obviously dribbling. So Neymar, for example, Neymar could easily play number 10 throughout his career if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But if he was to play now,
but see, once again,
but,
go on.
But if with Neymar though, for a player like that, if you want to maximise his potential, maximise his attributes, you need to play him as a 10.
Yeah, you need to play him as a 10.
Yeah.
But then he was a left winger. But then at the same time, this is where now going back to what PSG were like when Neymar was there. It was like, oh, those players are just walking, da, 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 da. But usually a 10 is the player that's scanning, trying to outsmart the other team.
So do you want me to say he's a pure 10
necessarily thinking
at the moment? Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer. See, no, I feel like there's him. Okay, I'll tell you. Like for me, I feel like Ez is a 10, Cole Palmer's a 10, Verts is a 10, and Cherky is a 10. Like those, to
Cherky,
me, those
definitely.
are 10s. However, we've all seen them playing on the wing. We've all seen this and that.
But it's natural, if you flair players, you've got flair like that, then usually you're good dribblers as well. So with being a good dribbler, they usually play you on the wing. So you and I played like Saturday League, Sunday League. Your dribblers, you usually play them on the wing because there's more space for them to run down.
Yeah.
But if they haven't quite got the pace, you'll move him inside.
Yeah.
So if you look at them players, Verts, he ain't the quickest. People say he's pacey, but he's not the quickest.
No, he's just a decent ball carrier.
Yeah,
but
Shirky as well, he's not the quickest. And who else did we mention? Neymar, for
Palmer.
example. Neymar was quick.
No,
Young
Palmer.
Neymar
Yeah,
was quick. And Palmer,
like,
actually,
yeah, yeah.
Palmer's not that
He's
quick,
not
I
that
don't
quick.
think.
But Palmer,
So-
I mean, sorry, but Neymar was quick.
Yeah, Neymar was quick back in his heyday, but I know he's playing right now, but if he was playing right now, you wouldn't play him on the wing. You'd protect him and play him as a number 10 because
You
the work
protect him
rate's
for
not
the-
really there.
See, and that is where my conversation is in terms of, I feel like the demands for a 10
Yeah.
are a lot higher than they used to. It's not necessarily about you're going to be the ball carrier, you're going to be creating, you're going to be shooting. It's like when we lose the ball, you got to get back.
So here's a question for you. Who's your favourite type of 10?
My favorite type of 10.
Ozil,
Oh,
Lampard, or Kevin De Bruyne? Who's your favourite
oh,
type of
okay, because you gave me those. I was going to say my ideal 10 is actually Ronaldinho. I know at times they play him on the wing, but for me, he was a pure 10.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't consider him as a pressing machine, as defensive.
Yeah.
But now coming back to the ones you just mentioned, you mentioned Mesut, you mentioned KDB, and Lampard.
yeah. So if you was a coach, for the way you see football, and the way you want to play, who are you choosing as your number 10?
I think out of them three, Mesut is one of the most aesthetically pleasing.
But are you trying to win through aesthetically pleasing or?
No, okay, like the reason why I'm saying that is out of them three, he's the one who does more or higher IQ, shorter passes. Whereas the other two, in terms of their creativity, they can create from further, if that makes sense.
But do you not think, with us talking about the 10 then, do you not think Ozil was kind of, the cup phasing out that type of 10?
That's the 10 that
He
phased
kind
out.
of got the, how can I put it? He kind of got grief from a lot of fans because he was slow.
Yeah.
He couldn't do this, he couldn't do that. So do you think he started as a player like we were phasing out and going into more like De Bruyne's type of 10s?
Yeah.
So do you think he got like the back
I
end of,
feel like he got the back end
Yeah.
of that. And dude, that's actually a perfect sort of comparison, because I feel like the likes of maybe the Cherokis, the Vertis, they're on that Mesut ilk. Granted, Cherokee is a better dribbler than both of them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Whereas they are more so the 1-2 passes and like to just unlock teams like that.
Ozil was different, bro.
Exactly.
Different.
But then when you look at, I feel like Lampard is a 10, but then he's more so a crushing into the box 10.
Yeah. Like a Bellingham these days.
Yes, it's just exactly. But then when you then look at a KDB, I'm going to create from a distance. I don't have to be right behind the striker.
I'm going to pick up the ball, put my head up and just play the pass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, he's got an eye for goal, of which all three of them do. But I think I'll argue that KDB is a better shooter. So now, in today's game, I'll still take Mesut. I know he doesn't have the stats. Yeah. But see, like,
in today's game, from a football purist, for the way I like to see the game, out of them three, I'm more about output.
Yeah.
Lampard, he had the output.
Yeah.
Ozil, he was good to
but
look
KDB,
at.
he was
good to look at on the eye. But if I want efficiency and if I want like numbers and if I want to win, people are gonna say, "Oh, Lampard scored this, scored that," but KDB's my man, bro.
Yeah, no.
On the counter attack,
no.
I love counter attacking goals. So if KDB's got the ball, he's gonna find that pass.
Yeah, he's gonna find it. But then, see, for me, this is where I'm low key contradicting. It's funny because if you said for me, I should pick two players and then I have my DM, I would take KDB and Mesut. If that makes sense. Okay. And then I'd have the pure 6.
Right.
Because I know that from a distance, I've got KDB to create. Even like it's borderline. This is where once again I'm gonna go back to slot. I can low key see what he's trying to do, but it just hasn't clicked yet.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because he's having those two combinations. Because you can argue that Szoboszlai and McAllister, they can find the long range passing.
Okay.
And then that 10 from Verts is going to find the, like, so now when you talk about counter-attacking and sort of turnovers,
Yeah.
they are the ones to find the striker directly and bypass the 10. But then if it's like we've got all the position and we're actually closing you in, this is where now you need the Verts or the Sobos to shoot from outside the box. Do you know what I mean? So for me, like I feel like that's
So you
why.
go for Ozil.
Yeah, I'd go for Ozil if I'm having. It also depends what type of team I have. That's what I mean about the knock-on effects from certain position. Because I feel like KDB, for me, yes, you're saying he's a 10. To me, he was an 8. He was a pure 8.
Yeah.
Because if I'm thinking of a 10, he is right there with the striker or right behind the striker.
Yeah.
Because KDB wasn't a ball carrier.
He wasn't. No, he started off on the wing as well. So
Yeah. So speaking of on the wing, do you think wingers, like pure wingers, are dying out? Everyone is a forward. Everyone is just cutting in and shooting.
Do you know what I hate about wingers? Is exactly the point you just made. Then I hate. Why do you always have to cut in? You know, one person that's actually frustrated me past couple of games that I've been watching as a United fan. Obviously, we had Garnacho. He's obviously gone to Chelsea. If you look at Garnacho when he first broke into the United team, he was young. He didn't care. He was just doing, he had youth exuberance. He was free with what he was doing. So Garnacho would get the ball. He'll literally go on the outside of you because he had the pace, and obviously use his left foot to get it into the box. But sometimes he'll cut in. But more time he was going on the outside and trying to beat a man on the outside as well as the inside. So I think it was like past 2 years when Ten Hag came in. If you look at the United games in Garnacho, the majority of the time he's always looking to go inside.
Yeah.
And play 1-2 and then...
Dude, it became his signature. That you know that they're just going to block him.
They're just going to block him. For me, it's too predictable as well. So does that come down to, is it the player who's doing that? Or is the player being instructed by the manager to always cut inside?
I think it's two things, right? I think it comes down to, okay, this is just a mad hypothesis by me. I feel like, and also I'm going to go back to United, I feel like wingers are also misprofiled.
Yeah.
Or wingers and strikers. If you drift off to the left, you're suddenly a winger.
Yeah.
So, for example, I wouldn't be surprised if in today's day and age, Thierry Henry would be playing on the left.
Wing,
I wouldn't be surprised if like, no, we need a striker. We're going to put you on the... Just because you drift into...
With the comparison, sorry, you're saying...
Yes, so going back to Garnacho, actually, no, I'm going to throw in another player that United signed as a striker. And then suddenly, I'm occasionally seeing him on the left. I'm like, oh, do you remember Martial?
Martial, yeah.
At times, I'll be like, oh, he's on the left wing.
I would just say, well, Martial is more about work rate. The reason why he couldn't hack it on the wing, I'll be honest with you, was in terms of the Premier League, if you're going to be a winger, you need to be doing the dirty side as well, so going back as well and helping your left back, right back or whatever. So with Martial, it feels like he was kind of like, he didn't have the work rate to obviously play as a winger.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like they kind of shifted him as a forward.
Yeah.
Which he played all right.
Yeah.
He should have done more in his career, but hey-oh, stuff happens. But one player that I really want to go back to, when you say wingers, for me, wingers should play like this player. Jeremy Doku. If he can sort out his end products, bro.
But then see, you know what, I agree with you on that one because I feel like, sorry, I'm just going to piggyback a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like wingers got obsessed. Like that's why I feel like it's not even misprofiling, but wingers got too goal hungry. If that makes sense for the headlines. Hence why it's just cutting. But now when you're talking about Doku plays like
a true winger.
A winger.
I like a winger who's direct. I've always said United with this formation, it's never been. If you look at past teams United that have built, we've always had wingers.
Yeah.
But that's our principle. But when Ten Hag was in charge, I think Solskjaer was in charge. We were linked with what's his name? Your former player, Luis Diaz.
Yeah.
Diaz, bro. Diaz before his knee injury, when he first came to the Prem.
Man, he was on. See, he played like a winger. Cause
Yeah.
like once again, he wasn't goal hungry. Because I feel like wingers get a goal if the opportunity is there.
Arises,
It's
yeah.
almost as though for them, first things first is
When you feed the striker.
I'm gonna beat my fullback and then I'll look for the striker. If he's not there, I may explore going on my own or create for someone else. Because, and actually, a prime example is the game we just watched, which was Liverpool City.
Yeah.
He was just constantly going at his fullback, carrying the ball, carrying the team up the pitch. He, like, I'm pretty sure he didn't have more than 5 shots or 5 attempts at goal.
Yeah.
But then that opportunity, when it presented itself, he was like, yeah, I'm going to take this. And that's what I mean about being goal hungry. Because if he was goal hungry, he would have been cutting in all the time, trying to get on his favorite foot. So now, like, I agree. So that's why I think wingers, it's more so now you just forward.
I've got a winger for you. I don't know if you watched him that much, but Aaron Lennon.
Oh, yeah, he was
If Aaron Lennon was playing right now,
Yeah.
how much do you reckon he'll be worth?
It's fun because I think it'd be worth a lot. But the issue is, and this is just a hypothesis, I feel like they would play him at fullback.
Aaron Lennon fullback?
Yes.
No way.
No. Like,
No
reason
way.
being, I don't know, maybe it's because he low-key reminds me of, what do you call homeboy? Walker.
Kyle
Kyle Walker. But at this, like, because he was so quick and so direct. But I feel like they play him at fullback. I don't know why. That's just my thing.
Aaron Lennon, if he was playing right now, bro, this guy, when I used to watch the UEFA Cup back in the days, Tottenham in the UEFA Cup.
Dude, I could just see him tippy-toeing ready to shoot.
Small guy, yeah, but as soon as he gets the ball, you know what he's looking to do. He's looking to beat the man inside, outside, but most of the outside.
Nah, he was like,
but I've grown up on wingers playing like, I get the ball, I'll stand you up, I'm looking to go past you, and that's the type of winger I like. Yeah, I find the striker. But now, all this, let me get the ball, cut inside, play almost as a number 10, 1, 2, this, that, and then run on the outside. Bro, just get the ball, stand your man up, and just go. Just kill him.
Take your man on, Now, the reason why I said...
Zaha was good at stuff like that. Zaha was good at that. But if you see Zaha's game over the years, he then transcended into him, number 10, drifting.
Yeah, he was moving to the centre.
Do you think it's more of an age thing? Like,
I think
because they do it so much, because it's, bro, to go at your fullback, trying to beat him all the time.
I think it is an age thing, and those were the days whereby a winger had to be quick and explosive. But I feel like even more than just an age thing, I feel like because football has gotten or is now about the numbers. If you're not putting up the numbers, no one is talking about you.
Yeah, goals
then,
and assists.
Exactly. But you know the way we talk about Aaron Lennon. Aaron Lennon didn't put up the crazy numbers. Dude, even Sean Wright Phillips.
Yeah, bro. Wright Phillips, hey.
Exactly.
These days, bro.
Like, he didn't put up crazy numbers. Yeah. But you knew on the pitch. Dude, like, one of my favorite players was Robinho.
Tech.
Exactly.
Was it his step over?
Yeah, the step over.
Oh, the step over was nice, bro.
They're so tidy.
They're so nice, bro. I tried doing it once, I beat him on that. Hey, different.
So that's what I mean. So gone are the days. Like, I feel like on the episode we recorded with Teza, maybe the one before, I even said, like, football is so different now that I couldn't even remember the last time I watched someone do a step over.
Do you think it's more like the reason why? I know you've touched upon it, but stats. Is everyone stat hungry at the moment?
Like, I think it's stats, because if you're not putting up the stats, you're suddenly a flop. Sorry, I'm going to now go back to Verts. And I wouldn't necessarily call him a flop, because in certain games, he's been so influential, or making the pass before the pass. But because, like, how he moved the team forward, but because it's about 007, 008, 010, 011, that's a stats conversation.
You know the thing is, and let's just bury this verse talk and put it in the mud, because you know what it is? I think it's not that he's not been creating. It's just, if you look at him for 90 minutes, okay, and there's no player who performs consistently well for 90 minutes, but with Verts, it's a case of, if I'm paying this much money, it's not just about moments. It's how are you affecting the game? And if you look at the games that he's played so far, except the Champions League, when it's less physical and you're playing teams that are actually going for it, in Europe there's more space.
Yeah.
How does he cope with that in the Premier League,
Yeah.
for example? And in the Premier League, he's just not been doing it.
Yeah, no,
Easily
like
so.
I hear you. And the Premier League is a lot more fit. Even to be fair, he said it himself. Even Nikitika said, "Yo, the Premier League has gotten, not even has gotten. It is a very physical place.
Yeah.
Because like Vert said himself, it's like in Germany you get a little more time.
And
on the
Germany is
ball.
actually the closest league to the Premier League in terms of intensity and physicality. So if they're saying that over in Germany, would you not think that transition would have been a little bit more seamless in terms of the way that it's gone so far compared to how it's
No,
gone so
I
far?
feel like, do you know what? I'm gonna make another wild statement here. I feel like the transition. I'm not surprised that it's taking a while, but then the team itself, because we are unsettled, it's not helping. But then when you now look at Diaz didn't put up crazy numbers in the Prem.
Or how
But
did he
if you-
affect the game?
Oh yeah, yes, he was very influential. But then the reason why I'm bringing up numbers is because if you look at how he's doing in Germany, he's almost like, oh wow, he is.
And that's what I mean.
He's just,
And that's what I mean.
he's just unbelievable.
bro.
I can't believe Liverpool
Honestly.
sold him. Okay, I know we didn't want to sell him.
Yeah.
We wanted to keep him
Yeah.
because he was our winger. He was our Doku. He was our ball carrier. And to be fair, he was a winger. To
Yeah,
me, he's a
he's
straight up
bro.
winger.
Different. But the thing is, that I always go back to when people come to the Premier League, you better be prepared.
Yeah.
The Premier League is no joke, bro. It is no joke. That's why you're seeing, obviously, not to take his shine, people like Diaz going over to the German League, eating it for breakfast, bro. And even Harry Kane he's done numbers over here the same, but
Yeah.
over there,
He's
it's
taken
crazy,
up.
crazy.
He's
there.
taken them up a notch.
So
Yeah.
the difference in terms of the league over here, it's just crazy. But in terms of the winger talk, who's your all-time favourite winger?
My all-time favorite winger. Oof. I'm gonna give it to. I really enjoyed Robinho, man.
Robinho.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how he played.
Wow.
Like that's the only one that pops into my head. Maybe it's because we're talking about him, and I know I'm forgetting a number of wingers. But I really, dude, I'm from the school of if I have like back in my teen days, if I have a match on Saturday, I'd wake up, eat my pasta, blah blah blah. I'm watching Joga Bonito highlights.
Yeah. Oh, eating pasta in the morning, brother. Pasta in the morning.
Or the night before, well, in the night before or the morning, like that's fine, dude. I'll eat, yeah. I still eat like. Well, to be fair, like our games used to be like maybe at 11, 12 or
Yeah,
in the afternoon. It
fair
just
enough.
depends what time. So I was like wake up early. So even if I do have it in the morning and then after that's like I'm
I was
calm,
up
I'm light.
Saturdays. I would have a game at 10 o'clock. I'll be
Yeah.
up at 6 o'clock.
See, that's what I mean.
I'll be
So
watching something. Is it Golismo on Channel 4?
yeah,
Golismo,
yeah.
bro. These
So that's what I
man. I remember one winger that actually stood out for me. Oh, what's his name, man? He used to play for. He's gonna kill me. He'll come back to me. But in terms of the winger, you're saying Robinho, yeah? If you could choose one winger to join Liverpool, currently playing, not a former player, to join Liverpool, left wing, right wing, who would it be? And be realistic.
Wait, right now,
Right now.
dude, I feel like I say it every episode. I want Olise.
Elise. Different. But if you look at Elise, he's not a pure winger. He's more of a. Actually,
You know, I feel like
Elise could play number 10. He could get away from playing number
but
10.
he plays a winger, like he
Yeah.
plays right wing, like a right winger
Right.
that I would expect, not a right winger that says, I want to put up the same numbers as a striker.
Okay.
I want to create for the striker,
Yeah.
if it makes sense. And by the way, this is not a play at Salah. I'm not saying Salah isn't doing this and that. Salah is a prime legend.
Is Salah a pure winger?
I would say he's a forward. I'll say he's a right forward, not a pure winger. But yes, sometimes you see him hugging the touchline. But then I feel like that is by design. If it makes sense.
Okay.
That's by design because of the system. And actually, coming back to what we were saying, one of the reasons why I think we signed Frimpong is to push Salah closer to goal because the games that we've played in the Champions League with Frimpong, Salah goes, he tucks in a lot more, and then Frimpong is allowed to go up and
Do you
down.
not think that's eventually going to go back to the three at the back?
Oh yeah, I would like it to
I
be.
just feel like Liverpool currently are planning life without Mohamed Salah.
Yeah. Oh,
With the
yeah.
signings you made, it makes sense for you guys to play two up front, Isaac and Ekitike, and then
Dude, that's my dream, 3-5-2, because I know then we are defensively solid.
principles, man. You're going against your principles.
I know, but then here's the thing. Here's the thing, man. I feel like 3-5-2 has a weird stigma. I feel like
It sounds too defensive.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. It sounds too defensive, but then it's down to the system you are actually playing.
Right.
Yes, you can say 3-5-2, but what's the system? Because it doesn't have to be defensive that everyone is sitting back. Because you can argue that even now, we at times build up in a 3-5-2 formation. The reason why we sometimes build up in a 3-5-2 formation is our two centre backs are going to split, and then Gravenberch is going to come in between them.
Right.
But then he's not a centre back, and sometimes that's the same issue that gets us into trouble. Because and then that's like, but anyways, football fans are too fickle that it's going to play. As soon as you mention 3-5-2, they're thinking you're parking the bus.
Defensive, man. But just one more, I was just going to say in terms of the winger, who would you choose as a manager? I know I keep throwing out who would you choose, but Neymar, Hazard.
As a manager,
Yeah.
who would I take? Neymar or Hazard?
Prime Hazard or prime Neymar?
See, because Neymar never played in the Premier League.
So is this what it's going down to?
No,
You
no,
know,
no.
just overall player or?
No, as an overall player, for me, it's Neymar. Neymar, I feel like he is the forgotten king, or the slept-on king. I feel like football is quick to just discard Neymar because of certain personalities on and off the pitch and this and that. I feel like that stigma on Neymar is so unfair. But I feel like even if you were to go look at the numbers that Neymar's putting up, people forget that he is top 5. He is just behind the Ronaldos and the Messis.
Yeah.
And
He was that number 3. Him, Bale, could
Yeah.
fight out for third best player in the world.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Chucking Suarez in there as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like them,
All
them
days,
5.
man. Football was different back in them days.
It was, oh man, yeah, like actually,
El Clasico was never the same. Another pure winger as well, we could say, is Yamal.
yeah.
Last year, bro, I watched him
Like,
against
I would
Inter
say-
Milan in that semi-final. The amount of times he got the ball, stood my man up,
Yeah.
went on, DeMarco's having
Yeah,
nightmares.
you know what? I feel like he is that, but I feel like he is more so on the. I'm not saying as aesthetically pleasing as the Salas, but on the. No, I'm not saying as aesthetically pleasing. I'm not talking aesthetics because he's a lot more aesthetically pleasing than Salah.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I'm just
I was
talking.
thinking.
I'm just talking as to me. Yes, he does all that, but at times he gives me that modern day winger of I want to score.
Yeah.
Or it's almost as though these wingers think about the headlines.
So did that start with Iron Robin?
Low key.
Okay.
Like I feel like low key. That's when it started. Because even with that, I feel like for example, I feel like the change happened a lot more often when you seen them cutting into shoot. Because I feel like the last days of the wingers that played in the wing position was the David Beckham's. That's when that was coming into an end. Because that's when it was like, if you're a right-footed winger, you're going to play on the right to give you a chance to cross
Across
it.
the ball.
To
And plus
cross
we
the
had
ball
like
into...
headers were more
Exactly. That's when you were creating for the striker.
Right.
And then, yes, but then with the Iron Robins, that's when it started gradually moving into, you know what, we're going to need the winger to actually score. Because when I played on the wing, it was like take your foot back on and remember to look up to find your striker.
Just cross it.
To cross the ball. Unless you beat your man and it's a counter, then it's like you and the goalkeeper. Cool. But it was like first thought is to assist. Now the winger's first thought is can I shoot? If not,
So you played wing too?
yeah, I played. Dude, I played all.
What would you
3
say
positions.
the hardest thing to do when you played as a winger? Like, what was the hardest thing about it?
The hardest thing about it. Okay, so the hardest thing to do as a winger, it was not being selfish. I'm not gonna.
Was you one of them, you man who was just pure green?
Yeah, dude, they'll tell me off like, yo, you can't dribble the whole team.
Wow, yeah, take that. I need video evidence. Dribble the whole team.
Oh, right, you think?
Man's moving like Messi, you know?
Yo, you know what? I'll tell the homies, and like the people who've seen me play.
Yeah.
Like I had my greedy side, but the greedy side came from the fact that I thought I could win us the game. It wasn't even about, let me say, thinking I'm the best player there, because I would be so competitive that I believe I got the minerals to win us the game.
Okay, you'll carry the team on your back, yeah?
Yes, but then I'm a Liverpool fan sometimes.
It's just in the blood, innit?
Yeah, it's like by any means, and it's not even like glory hunting or anything like that. But no, like I wouldn't say I had tech like that, but I was quick and I could very quick feet. I'm not gonna hide that.
Okay.
I had decent feet,
Right.
and I love the nutmeg. I was one of them ones. But yeah, like Actually, I never really asked you about.
Hey, I'm one of them. How can I put it? I'm a bit of a. I've played everywhere, man, except goal.
Yeah.
And except centre back. I played at the back, right back, left back. I played there, but predominantly my position was centre midfield. I could play 8.
Yeah.
I fancy myself as a 10.
Yeah.
Funny fact, I would rather give an assist than score a goal. I don't know why. I just preferred being.
Oh, you one of them.
I was one of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
I prefer assist more than I prefer scoring a goal. It just gave me more satisfaction.
Do you know what? My satisfaction came from winning. It wasn't even.
Not even winning. If we won off the back of it, but if I could contribute like 2 assists and no goals, and my team wins, that's what fulfilled me. But if I scored 2 goals and we won anyway, I don't know. It was weird. It was so weird because I've never been. I banged 14 goals once in a season. But
rookie numbers. No, I'm joking.
14 goals. Hey,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
14 goals, but bear in mind that was when I was like 13. But I never put them numbers up again. But yeah, for me, in terms of wingers, I played as a winger, and I'm telling you, going back the other way, it was not fun.
Yeah,
Bro, the worst type of winger to play against is Doku. Do you know Doku? There was certain mans who were like, it was like 15, 14. Bro, they were a bit like Doku. They'll get the ball, boom, boom. I'm like,
if we're being honest, as a winger, one thing I hated was an attacking fullback.
Quick
fullback. No, a fullback that's gonna have me defending, because I was really out of all positions, a position that I never played was I never played anywhere defensive. I've played 10, enjoyed 10, but I can't be too greedy. I was too greedy for 10 because at times it's like, oh, I see you open, I'm gonna use you as a decoy.
Yeah.
But ultimately I hated when I was playing wing, because it was like, yo, do not let your man go past you. So if the fullback is going that direction, I hated that, fam. It's like, where you going? Like, from just chill, be a fullback, please, and just stay at the back.
Everything you're saying, the taxman might come for you, so I need some tapes. Like I said, we need to see these tapes, man.
I don't know. I'm trying
I don't know, man, but just with that.
You're triggering me. You're triggering me. Sorry, I know we're recorded. It's gonna happen live.
So the phone out, he's rolling the tape.
No. I'm not even gonna pull a tape. I'm not even gonna pull a tape. Okay. I'm gonna say it now. I would say I really modeled my game behind Robinho. I'm not gonna lie. I really like that dude.
And you know, it's funny you say Ozil, I modeled my game around Ozil.
Yeah,
without the tech.
So I'm just going to ring one of the homies quickly.
Calling a friend.
Yes, sorry. Wow. I know we never do this.
Sometimes you just have to.
And it's because you're questioning.
If he doesn't pick up, it didn't happen.
Holmes, please answer the phone, please, brother man. Please. I hope it's not date night. I'll be disappointed if it is an answer. But anyway.
Hey.
Oh.
There you go, people.
Okay, sorry,
It
we
never
can't be
happened.
we
Well, let
can't
me
find
call a
evidence.
friend.
Go, please.
Let me call a friend.
Oh, this is jokes. I like this segment. Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
I'll ask.
Your call has been
Hey! You didn't even ring.
Nah, this was jokes.
Nah,
this was
David,
jokes.
when I needed you. Okay.
But no, like for me, the question was,
Yeah.
who do you reckon a player that I played like who like that's what I was gonna that was the question. Because I was just gonna ask him that. But Holmes, Law, just remember that I rang you, Holmes, for
David,
evidence. But
time
no,
I
like
needed you,
just when we needed them,
Yeah.
just when we needed them, and to be fair, I did get gassed. But now, man, like coming back to today's football, what's your take on VAR?
VAR. Bro, do you know what I think sometimes? VAR, there's no clear guidelines in terms of exactly what causes what's actually right and what's actually wrong.
Yeah,
I'll go back to, I think United played Brighton a couple of weeks ago
Yeah.
at Old Trafford. Ahmad clearly was dribbling. I don't know if you remember this, but Ahmad was clearly dribbling with the ball. And he went past his player in the box. He got clipped.
yeah,
Okay, because he played the ball first. Apparently, I never saw that he played the ball personally from whoever the defender was. But apparently, he played the ball first, then he got the man after.
yeah,
All right, cool. But when we seen it on replay on TV, and there's clearly nothing to suggest that he played the ball,
yeah,
that's when it's a bit of a mad one for me.
yeah. Like it's
It happened with Newcastle at the weekend. The first foul from Dan Burn that got overturned, that wasn't a penalty. That was
Yeah.
clearly a penalty.
penalty,
It
yeah.
clipped him. But the second penalty that they gave,
yeah.
that was soft.
Yeah, yeah. No, because I would I agree, and for me, I feel like it's making me low key hate football, right? Because back in the day, you'd see that the ref called it wrong, but because we know that it's real time, you can it's easy to get over. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I kind of
All right,
think
here's
of
a
an
question
analogy.
for you as a
Yeah,
football team. Liverpool concede a penalty in the Champions League final, okay? But so say the referee's giving it, but it's a wrong decision. VAR is not available, okay? So would you want VAR to get involved, or would you be like, all right, cool, referee's made his decision, let's move on?
See, and that's exactly what I mean about I'm a lot more accepting to...
Really?
Yeah, like I'm a lot more accepting.
What if you got
like,
relegated off the back of that penalty and people would have been shouting VAR? So that's a fine margin sometimes.
Yeah, okay. If you're putting it like that, I don't know if you remember the goal against Chelsea.
Oh yeah, goal line technology. You know that was not good. That did not cross the line.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
However, I'm pretty sure, yes, Chelsea fans, we can laugh about it. Yes, they can complain about it. But it's almost like, hey, the judgment call was made by the referee, we're just gonna...
But if it was spun the other way, how would you have taken that?
Okay,
Because
okay.
if that was my team, bro, till this day, even being a Chelsea supporter,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll give you...
bro, that hurt me, man.
Okay, like, that hurt you, but there was an element of getting over it, right?
I'm not over it, bro. I'm not over it. Because you know what that did? That cost Mourinho 2 Champions Leagues in a row, and I guarantee Chelsea would have beaten Milan.
Okay, so I'm going to flip it. Do you remember, was it 2 seasons ago, the goal that Luis Diaz scored against Spurs? Against
Right,
Spurs.
okay, yeah.
Do you remember that? And the refs, they took too long talking about it, and then I was like, well, whatever decision they made, and they just moved on, and it was over with.
Yeah, Tottenham Stadium. Yeah, I remember that. They took time to talk about
Yeah.
it.
And then also, do you remember, like, these are things that has happened under the watch. I feel like it's even worse if it's under the scope and they get it wrong. That's why I'm saying it's easy to get over it if you're like, that referee was crap. Anyways, you move on.
But either way, we will talk about
And
it.
then also, yeah, we're going to talk about it, but I don't feel like there's that much hate in comparison to when we have to wait for a decision and then after waiting, they still get it wrong. Because now, if you remember, maybe this was a couple of years ago, Sheffield were playing against Aston Villa. If Sheffield drew or won that game, they would have stayed up. I think it was Sheffield. I can't remember. Against Aston Villa. Aston Villa would have gotten relegated. Keeper carried the ball behind the line and then came back. And it was goal line technology, didn't flag it as a goal. So that's how
that happened?
Yeah.
Right.
It happened and Villa stayed up. And Villa are where they are now because of that goal that was meant to be a goal for...
Look at where Sheffield are right now.
That could have changed the timeline.
Yeah, true.
So,
but it kind of balanced out because, you know, when United played Aston Villa last game of the season, if United had conceded the penalty because I think he carried it into the box. He was one of them, he came out of the box or carried it in the box. If they got a penalty and scored it, they would have been in the Champions League.
Yeah, so
fine margins. Really.
Like for me, it's making me dislike football because that's what I mean about at times, because that's a game. It's easy to get over things when you know that it's not going to be looked at in a greater scope to be like, was that the correct decision? Because for me, it's like, how are you going to look into it and still get it wrong? Like, that's where it's like, yo, is there an ulterior motive here? Or like, what is really going on type of thing? Because it's meant to be here to help. And then sometimes the referee says, oh, the decision was made by VAR. Sometimes VAR are saying, yo, we're only there for the big decisions. Because for me, if you're going to implement technology should be implemented even for the offsides. Because even, I don't know how many games I've watched where the linesman puts a flag up.
And just waits.
And like, puts it up straight away. Then you look at it like, yo, he wasn't offside.
He was not offside.
He was not offside.
But sometimes we wait, sometimes for it's double standard. Sometimes we wait for the linesman to put the flag up.
And then he doesn't.
Or he doesn't, and then someone gets injured. What do you do there?
Exactly. So that's what I mean. For me, it's like, yo, if you're going to implement technology, let's go all the way out and remove the subjectivity to the decisions.
But do you not think, for me, the key point of when technology had to get, how can I put it, introduced into football was, remember the England versus Germany game? When in the World Cup, when the goal over the line, Lampard scored.
Yes, yeah. That was a goal.
After that, if you look at, I think it was like 2 years or a year after, that's when they bought goal line technology. And from the goal line technology, then progressed to VAR. But with VAR, the only issue I have with it is some of the decisions that they make. It should be subjective. The referee should have the power to say, even if they go to the monitor, because everyone knows 9 times out of 10, if they do go to the monitor, they are awarding that decision. Okay, they should say, you know what, I'm going to stand on business. I'm going to be like, all right, cool, that was not a penalty.
Yeah.
That was not a red card.
Yeah. So, like that's okay. Maybe it's also because maybe I'm looking for someone to blame for some of these decisions, because even the penalty over the weekend, Liverpool, I don't think that was a penalty, because it was the faintest touch.
Brother, if you're running at that pace, you played as a winger.
Yeah, no,
you
I know.
Putting numbers up as a winger. You was dribbling past people, Rubinho.
And it's easy for you to lose balance.
If you are running at that pace,
the
come
reason,
on, anything can knock you off.
Okay, the reason why I'm saying it wasn't a penalty is because not too long ago they were actually going against the smallest touch. Do you know what I mean? And it's the inconsistencies.
And do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Did you know that Diallo conversation that we had at the top? That's exactly what happened. It was not a penalty.
No, like that's my point.
What happened at the weekend as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, you know what? If you're saying, you know, we're going to have video assistant refereeing or everything's going to be done to a microscope, so I take out the subjectivity part. Let's make it a fact now. Saying, if you do this, this happens. If you do this, this happens. Not left to interpretation. Because leaving it to interpretation, now it opens up the scope of someone's not happy about this decision. For example, for me, I hate how corners are done. Reason why I say I hate them, sometimes the ball goes over the line, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes teams concede straight after a corner. That was never a corner. Even not too long ago, the other week, do you remember in the Champions League game, Liverpool Madrid?
Right.
Do you remember the so-called penalty that it was supposed to be a handball. Then it was like, oh wait, let's check for a penalty. Do you know what actually happened in the run of play? The ball went out for a corner.
Right.
It ended up being a drop ball for Madrid.
It's just with technology, it's not going to be perfect. The one that gets me is the handballs. The handball rule absolutely stinks, bro. Like natural position or natural position. Like if I'm jumping with my arms, obviously my arms are going to go all over the place. Like just that really, really gets me because one day, World Cup final. Yeah, someone's just going to jump, the arm's just going to be slightly out because of the way they've jumped. Yeah. And they're going to reward a penalty. And that World Cup final is going to be decided over a penalty that probably shouldn't have been a penalty.
Yeah, because it's annoying because like you know, if even the penalty thing, I can't remember who conceded a penalty recently, or maybe the penalty didn't get overturned, but because they turn this way, it's not a penalty, even though it's like, if it's like this, it's not a penalty. But if you're facing this way, the ball's coming towards you this way and it hits your hand, it's not a penalty.
It's a natural position.
Yeah, but if you're turning that direction and it hits your hand, now it's a penalty. It's like, but if I'm facing the ball and I'm not facing the ball.
Yeah, in terms of like the details, sometimes it's so like, it's such a minor. But I wanted to ask you, if you could overturn or use VAR for any decision in football that's ever been, what would you use it for?
Okay, like for me, I feel like it's because corners are so vital in today's games. I feel like if the ball crosses that line, they need to be sure because set pieces are so important in today's game. If the ball crosses the line, they need to make sure it's definitely.
How many times do we have that over the course of like a season? So the corner cross. Well, sorry, the ball.
I feel like it's more often than we think. You know.
Think professional footballers can't keep it in play when they're crossing.
No, not keep it in play when they're crossing.
So right.
If let me say you're defending. So let me say you're defending, and I'm coming in as an attacker, and then you like let me say you slide tackle. I kick the ball off you, and then it bounces over on my foot, and then it goes in for a corner. Or it goes in out of play.
You think that needs to be reviewed?
Not reviewed, but I feel like there needs to be a clear cut, like that's definitely a corner, that's not, right? I feel like that needs to be black and white.
But is that not really slowing, is that not subjective? Are we not taking away too much power from the referee or the linesman?
I feel like, okay, the reason why I'm saying it needs to be taken away from the referee is because the referee can never be sure about that when it's a very vital decision.
But you just said in terms of technology, it's having too much of an effect.
It's either, no, like my thing is it's the usage of it. Right. I feel like, or maybe the people that are using it, they are borderline incompetent. Sorry to put it in like that. But I feel like certain things that are meant to be subjective are not subjective. Certain things that are subjective are not subjective, if that makes sense. Things like that whereby it's a fact. Offside, I feel like it's a fact when someone is offside. So referee, don't bother putting your flag up or down. Let's just rely on the technology on that one. It's either you're off or you're not. Linesman, please stay out of it.
Chill,
yeah, just chill. Like I'm borderline against linesman. Like let's put it like that. Because at times, like even the offside against, do you think it was an offside against Donnarumma over the weekend with Van Dijk's goal?
He's blocking the referee. Was it offside or was he not blocking the goalkeeper's eye line?
He was not blocked. He was he was nowhere near the goalkeeper's eye line.
He was literally in front of him.
Yeah. So okay. Wait. If I'm here, Van Dijk is over there. You are there. The ball. I am nowhere near you. I'm not affecting the play. If you remember.
So you're affecting me. From what I can remember, he was literally in front of him.
Okay, so
I'm not being biased against
Liverpool. No, like he wasn't. He wasn't like I was gonna say. You could watch it back whenever you get a chance.
Okay.
But okay, if that's the case, last season, City scored the same goal, and Bernardo Silva was literally in front of the keeper. But they said he even ducked down. They said he wasn't interfering with play
because he ducked down. Liverpool fans, I'm sorry, carry on.
No, dude, no. Like, please watch it yourself and just make a judgment call without looking at like.
Yeah. For me, if you're in the eyesight of the referee, the goalkeeper.
If you're blocking the keeper, 100%, I hear it.
I'm referring back to in terms of the question, any moment in football
Yeah.
that's been World Cup final, Champions League final, if you had to use VAR for one moment in football that's been in history, what would you use?
Oh, right. Sorry, that was your question. Oh, right.
Could be for your team, it could be for, I don't know, anyone that you want.
I can't pick any one, just because I can't think of any right now. Because even when we needed VAR, it done us wrong. Like I said, even Diaz, that goal that Diaz scored, and then they had conversation, they thought not.
Yeah.
And do you remember, I don't know if you remember the fly kick to McAllister by Doku over here on the chest. The VAR looked at it and said, nah, he was going for the ball. It's not a penalty. So when we needed VAR, it didn't do nothing. So there's, I feel like I'm more unhappy with VAR than I am happy with it.
Okay.
And it's like, if you're gonna implement it for
Everything.
not even everything, but I understand. Okay, see now, if you're talking about a tackle or blah blah blah, it's like, oh, you know what, that can be subjective. VAR might want to have a look at this. Yeah, if you're tackling someone and then someone gets caught in the shin or whatever, that's dangerous play, and that's by any means, VAR and the ref, you can make those decisions on the pitch. But if a ball is out of play, because now if a ball goes out of play, it should just buzz, ding, 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 like, oh, yep, ball did go out of play.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the factual decisions, VAR should just straight up correct the referee. They shouldn't be asking, oh, are you sure about that decision? You might want to go have a look. Just tell him what it is or what it isn't. Like, just, like, what are we doing here? So for me, it's like, like, what about yourself? Because it sounds like you have a situation whereby you wish VAR was there.
United. I've got two, but my number one, I'll start with the first one, Nani. When he got sent off against Real Madrid. Was it Real Madrid or Bayern Munich? Yeah, Nani, when he got sent off against Real Madrid. I think Mourinho was with Real Madrid. Ronaldo scored. That should never have been a sending off. From what I can remember, it should never have been a sending off. If anything, at most that was a yellow card, because I've seen a lot of challenges that are worse than that. But people can't remember it. It was the Champions League. I think it was the quarterfinals. Ferguson was the manager against Mourinho. Old Trafford. I don't know if he went for the ball and accidentally caught someone, but it should never have been a sending off. But the one that always that's going to bug me for my life, you denied Jose 2 Champions Leagues in a row.
Get over that one, man. As if we went back to that one.
Nah, bro. Like, I was watching, that's when I hated.
That was a refereeing error. I can get over
I was in
those.
the same house as my brother, obviously. And obviously he's a Liverpool fan.
Oh, Roland.
Yeah, he's obviously a Liverpool fan.
Man.
And obviously with you guys obviously progressing after that, you went on to, I think, was it the final after that?
Yeah, because
semi-final.
It's a semi-final.
Semi-final. So you went on to the final after that. So if Chelsea won that game off the back of only conceded 15 goals in the Premier League, we could have probably... Did we win the... I don't think they won the FA Cup. But we would have had the double. They won the Carling Cup if you really want to.
But to be fair, our games are always tasty.
Yeah, it was always tasty, but bro, even it doesn't take a blind man to see that did not cross the line, you know.
Hey man, that's it. Hey man, let's leave the past where it belongs.
But you know, 2005 would never happen, but that's what I'm like a bit like.
No,
if that didn't happen, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
it would change the course of history. So.
Like, you know what? It's for me. It's one of those ones whereby it's almost like it was written. That, like,
just the way you were,
like even the way we went through Olympiacos, just all those games, it was just miracle after miracle. It was like,
bro, Juventus was stacked. Ibrahimovic, they
even
had
Inter was like, that's what I mean. Like with that season was just
stacked as well.
Like it's almost like every team went against. It was like, oh, crap, here we go again.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's not repeat it. I beat them. We beat
Where
them.
was you in 2005? Was you watching that?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I was a kid watching that. That was ITV days.
ITV, man. Bring it back, man. ITV Champions League.
Yeah. So
Nothing beats that, man.
it's one of those ones that you just couldn't believe everything that was unfolding. And to be fair, I feel like those are the times that even heightened my fandom of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Because it's
Just football in general, man. It was just better them days.
yeah, but because even I feel like it had the emotion. I feel like now it has the emotion, but it's also infused by stress of, like, maybe it's also the league.
Do you not think that's because you've got older?
I think it is that, but at the same time, I feel like it's.
Back in them days, there was no VAR.
Yeah, there was no
goal. There was more
but see,
excitement in
no.
football,
Like that's the thing,
Yeah.
and it goes back to the conversation of VAR. I feel like everything we were looking at one dude to be like, you make the decision now on the spot and we go. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now it's like, oh snap, wait, what happened? Can I celebrate this goal? Can I not? Back in the day, all I needed was point to the center spot. Damn, it's a goal. Let's move.
But a lot of
Now
people will say Chelsea would have against Barcelona.
Yeah.
When I think it hit someone's hand, and the hand was, we were talking about
Yeah,
handball.
yeah.
The hand was all the way over it, and they didn't give a penalty. So if VAR was around back in them days, that would have been a penalty. And
Yeah.
who knows where the game would have went with
Yeah.
with that as well.
But
So
But that's what I mean. It's a lot easier to get over some of those situations
I'm not
than
over
it
that
is now.
situation, bro. Hey, Mourinho should have had 2 Champions Leagues in a row, man, and
Yeah.
Liverpool cost him that. But VAR, I don't know. I'm for it and for against it as well.
Yeah.
Like it's just what doesn't sit right with me is the handball. The
Yeah.
handball rule does not sit right with me.
No, for me, like I said, it's the certain calls are just clear cut. I don't understand. Like they just need to, like I said, for me, corners, it just needs to be cut throat to be like, you touched the ball last week. Yeah, that's definitely a corner. No, that's not a corner. Like, I don't think that takes too long. Like once again, it's the usage of it.
Yeah.
But sometimes teams do that to themselves, and it's sometimes. And for example, like there's a lot of examples whereby I
just wanted to ask you a question. Actually, we'll save it. We'll save
Yeah,
it.
no. ask them.
No. We'll save it for another episode. I'll tell you
Okay.
off camera.
Yeah, okay,
But,
please,
yeah.
but please take note of it, because like now, like let's compare to actual football and just like leave VAR where it stands. Do you think team chemistry is what it's cracked up to be? And that ties in with, I guess, manager loyalty.
So, in terms of team chemistry, it's I think we spoke to Hassan in terms of on our last.
Yes, we touched on. Yes,
We touched on it. Team chemistry for anyone, even if you're in work, playing football, you need to have that chemistry because I play 7-a-side. Well, I'm managed now because too many people made me angry, so I had to take a back seat.
You're cool.
So with football we can see it. So we have lads turning up every week, and you can see if we've got 2 weeks in a row the same lads turning up, you can see the chemistry is there. Even though if it's 2 weeks, you can see the chemistry is there. Even going back to my coaching.
Yeah, you can
when I
see
was
the
coaching,
patterns.
in terms of Saturday, we'll play, but in terms of the training that we do, if it's consistently the same players turning up to training, you can build like a plan, a system, put something in place in order to prepare them for the game on Saturday. And that chemistry that you build during training or build during tactic work or whatever you want to call it, formation, is vitally important because everyone knows just little subtle movements. If I get the ball in this position, I don't need to look at you, you're already making that move. Okay, and having that chemistry for all of you to know that this is what this player X, Y, B is going to do, whatever.
Yeah,
that plays a big part in terms of how you approach games, how you get through tough situations, and just how you perform overall. So definitely with the managers it is important, especially when they get new signings. Why do you think a lot of managers prefer to make signings during the summer?
yes.
Because during the
it
summer,
means they have that buffer.
that 4-week period
yes.
that they do pre-season, they can integrate the new players that they've signed
And then
with
them, the
team.
managers, for them to also get to know the players.
Get to know the players.
Like,
So
okay, this is
this is what he's like, not just on the pitch, but off the pitch. This is how he's like. This is how he deals with things. This is how I should approach him, and it builds team morale as well. Because, say for example, I don't know, like when I used to move school, you used to come. Everyone will have their own little friend. They've already got this
like
chemistry.
hero dolo for
So
a
you're
minute,
just like,
scoping
which
it out.
group should I go
Yeah.
into? But if you've got like 4 weeks to obviously build that relationship with some people, not just you don't have to build.
Or even
with
if it's
everyone.
even if it's a school in your area,
Yeah.
whereby some kids that you've seen or clicked in with are in the same school.
It's like teammates. You could be teammates from the same country, this, that. You could just literally just speak to 1 or 2 people and then they'll introduce you to this person, introduce you to that player. It's the same
It's
with
a lot
footballers.
easier to
It's a lot.
to
It's the same
integrate.
with footballers. You just need that integration period. And going back to Liverpool, okay, this season. What's funny is Verts. I know we keep banging on about Verts.
Yeah.
Verts had a full pre-season.
Yeah.
Okay. So he had time to work with his teammates in terms of like patterns and stuff like
Yes
that.
and no. Okay, go on.
And someone who's not had a full pre-season, who's going to find it difficult to integrate with the team is Isaac.
Yeah.
So that's what throws me off a little bit. Like, people don't understand how important pre-season is for players.
It's very important.
So-
And like, I mean, we're gonna stick with Verts for a minute. I mean, you're saying that he had full preseason. Yes, Verts had the full preseason, but the forward line that was there during his preseason, the only one left is Gakpo and Salah. You know what makes sense? Because if you remember, even Ekitike, I guess maybe there's somewhat of knowledge of each other, even from Germany, and maybe language is not that harder to understand. And
Speak English most of the time.
both of them can speak full English, but I just mean as in cultural sort of influence. Like you just said, if you went to the same school as someone else and you bump into them in college.
Well, did he, for Verts,
like,
I always think he had that familiarity with Frimpong because they came from the same team.
100%.
And Frimpong, for me, seems like the type of guy who's very cheerful.
He's likely to be in.
Verts seems more of an introvert.
Yeah, he does. 100%. He does seem like an introvert. But like coming back to the team chemistry, I feel like even outside of that, for certain positions, the more you play with someone is also how you build that chemistry.
Yeah.
Because like you and I maybe like right now, but then if we get onto the pitch, you might be trying to play the ball to my feet. Meanwhile, when I played, it was like, I'm gonna use my pace, play it in front of me, give me a through ball. If I'm gonna come to feet, I'm coming for a 1-2.
Right.
I'm not coming to collect the ball in turn or whatever. I'm opening space up, like you know what I mean? So it's like, the more, and this is where now we're going to take it to another club and look at Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal have harnessed that chemistry. They know each other, like, if I'm going to play to ABC, as well as coaching, that's where it's like, it goes hand in hand with the manager.
Yeah.
Because the manager also knows his players, like, you know what, for this system to work, this player, I get the more out of him if I let him do this. And to tie it back into the conversation we had earlier about attacking midfielders, I feel like managers want too much from attacking midfielders when if they know them, it's like, you know what, I'm going to let you float because that's how you unsettle the opponent or the defense. And that also plays into the team chemistry. So back full circle to Liverpool and Arsenal in comparison, it's almost like we are in transition. Yes, we've got all these amazing players, but they need to gel. They need to know each other. Like,
But you know the key thing that Arsenal had over, let's say, your City's, your Chelsea's, Liverpool, is time.
Exactly.
So
and that
with
helps.
time, Arteta's obviously had time to almost nourish these players over the past, let's say, 5. How long's he been in the job for?
He's been there he's the second longest serving manager in the league.
I'm sure he's hitting about 10 years.
He's over 7 or 8 years.
7, 8 years. So he's had 7 or 8 years to build a foundation, structure there.
Wait, let me just calculate it. So they've gotten second 3 times. He's also finished, I think, 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I
Something
think he's
like
gone
that.
into
And then
6, 7, 8 years,
he's done 8th twice. So yeah,
Yeah, so with Arteta, he's had the structure and obviously set the foundations in terms of the philosophy, in terms of the culture within the club. So anyone he brings in, why do you think he's got a big say now in terms of the transfers? You see, so going back to the time for the players, it's almost like, for me, for chemistry, I need to look at a team like Sunderland. You don't really need that much time in order to build a team that's got strong chemistry. Because one thing that Sunderland did that was very clever, a lot of teams have done it in the past, is they bought a lot of French-speaking players.
It helps with the chemistry.
So if you go on, I've never played, what's it called online? What's it called on FIFA?
What, Football Manager?
It's not Football Manager. Oh, everyone used to brag about it, buy coins and stuff like that. What was it called?
Ultimate Team.
Ultimate Team.
Oh man, that was my team.
Ultimate Team. Me, I play manager mode. I'm a manager mode geek. But Ultimate Team, if you bought like orange, a player, it'll tell you the chemistry depending
100%.
if it's
or if they're playing the same league or they are
same
from the
country,
same nation and things like that.
Yeah, so it's easier because I think Newcastle have done it in the past as well, where they brought a lot of Brazilians to the team, and obviously it's easier for you to then how can I put it? It's easier for you to then settle into the team a little bit easier. It's a smoother transition if you've got fellow people who speak the language, etc. So in terms of team chemistry, that builds a team chemistry because the core's already there, and everyone 100%. Else that they bring in, if they're French, German, or whatever, you've already got the cohesion there, the structure there already. So chemistry is massive.
No, to be fair, I'm gonna agree with you because I don't know if you noticed, but the year we won the league, majority of our signings, or we actually had quite a lot of Brazilians.
Right.
And if we've got Brazilians, it means we've got a lot of Portuguese-speaking players in the core. And coincidentally, Wirtz is the only German that we have in our club. But then if you look at the rest of them, majority of them are Dutch. And, well, a couple of French. But then at the same time, if you look at Soboslai and once again, two players from the same country, Soboslai and Kerkez are from Hungary. So there is that element of recruiting players from the same nation, and it does help. And actually, Hassan was actually speaking about it. Do you remember she was saying, at times when you're playing football, you find yourself instinctive, not even it's just like a reaction whereby he found himself speaking French or Spanish, you know what I mean? But that's just because if in a high pressure situation, you don't even think, if you speak that many languages, you don't even think, it just comes out. So in those situations, and also culturally, it helps having someone from that culture or someone you can relate to. Do
you know what? My team, United, I've want United to return back to the British core. Ferguson used to
up and ran. Sorry, that's what I'm
but bro, sometimes when you're playing in this league, you need a British core sometimes, because I'll be honest with you, people like back in the day, like Gary Neville, Roy Keane.
That's a class of '92.
Yeah, class of '92. But if you look, they had that British core that they had.
That was that core.
They knew World War. So, I kind of want us to return back to that. Because if you look at the most successful teams that United have had, they've had a strong British core in the past. So they've set like the foundations of like, this is what we need to do, and they know the league, they know what it takes. So United signing players within the league, British players who like your Elliot Andersons, your Adam Waltons, these type of players, Matt Gurhey, these players know World War already in terms of the league.
And also there's an understanding of where you are.
Because they play with each other at international level, etc., etc. That's why when we did the episode a couple of weeks ago, you asked me, who do I want my team, 3 players I want my team to sign. If you notice, the players that I said, British core. So you Adam Waltons, it's got Elliot Anderson, and Gurhey, British core. That spine is a British spine. And then everyone else, you just build around.
If there was no melanin there, I'd say you sound so Brexit.
Hey.
No,
but if you look around, in terms of that, I just feel like it's vitally important to get people who have played with each other at younger age as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So with Chelsea, the chemistry for me, Chelsea is gonna click, but it's just the manager who's in charge right now. He ain't gonna be the one who's gonna make it click.
Ooh,
The reason why I
interesting.
say
Yeah,
that
go
is
on. Yeah, I was gonna
because
ask you that.
young players who will grow up with each other naturally will build that chemistry over time. But having the manager, I just don't feel like that manager can take him to the next level.
Okay. Yeah. No, look, I guess we're gonna piggyback that with loyalty. Do you think loyalty?
Just going on. Loyalty, go on.
Yeah. Do you think loyalty, manager loyalty, is gone now?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Bro, what's that new guy called who's Wolves manager now? He was over with Middlesbrough, the Championship. Middlesbrough, so Wolves sacked the manager, Pereira, like a week ago now.
Yeah.
So they sacked him and they've gone for... He used to be Luton's manager.
Middlesbrough, is it not?
No, Carrick's left. Carrick's left.
Is he?
Yeah, so new manager is
Wait,
Luton's old
what?
manager.
How? Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that
Carrick-
surprised me.
Carrick's
I thought
gone,
Carrick
bro.
was doing bits of
He stayed there, but he obviously couldn't get promoted. But Rob Edwards, that's his name.
Yeah.
He was Luton's manager. So Luton, when they played in the Premier League, he was their manager. So obviously they've sacked Pereira and they've gone and got what's his name, Rob Edwards to replace Pereira. So Middlesbrough, they're not doing too bad. I think they're third or second in the Championship right now.
Yeah.
So obviously he's saying like Wolverhampton are coming for me. In that position, would you say a Championship team that's doing rather well and you've got a chance of obviously getting promoted this season?
Oh, go to a
Or
team
would you
that you're
go
likely to get relegated.
Yeah, get relegated. So
I think, you know what, like it's not even a big question for me.
obviously
but I
money
think
talks because
that's what I was gonna say. I
but take
feel
away
like
money from a
if
footballer point of view.
if I'm taking away money, I feel like it's a lot more memorable. I guess it also depends how my team is doing and how much faith I have in them. So, for example, for me, I would say, you know what, Wolves, I would like to join you, but let me complete this season. Let me complete what I'm doing here. If we were to take away money, because Wolves have been underperforming.
Not
and
add
then
money. Not add money into it.
Okay, like this is now where I'm gonna look at football as to, you know what, I feel like the lack of loyalty also emphasizes the point about, you know what, you might as well secure the bag and hope for the best.
Football's a shop. You could have 3 or 4 jobs left. And then 3 or 4 jobs are not guaranteed that you're going to see it out as well.
Yeah, because like if you look at
it's a results
homie
game.
that left Tottenham, Nuno.
Nuno, yeah.
Nuno was, oh sorry, not even Nuno, Ange.
And yeah.
Actually, to be fair, even Nuno, it's just been peak for him. But if you look at Ange, I'm not telling Spurs fans that they should have stuck with him, but I do like the element of having a manager that's been there for a hot minute, because for me, I feel like it increases your likelihood of achieving something or of improving, because if you're constantly changing, it means you're also changing, or you're constantly changing the style of play.
Okay.
And I mean, like, we had Klopp for a good couple of years.
Hold that thought. So you said that. So, Arnie Slot.
Yeah.
Okay. What does bad look like for Liverpool?
Bad for Liverpool is finishing the season without a trophy and finishing out of the top 4.
Okay. So, improve
Are
cost.
you gonna quote me?
He said, people say, oh, Pedro, you never come with receipts, you never come with facts. Let me give you facts, okay? Arnie Slot, improve Klopp's team by 2 points from Klopp's previous season. So the previous season before last, improved it by 2 points.
Yeah.
Last season when they won the league, okay?
Yeah.
After they finished third the previous season, Klopp, obviously. So,
it's fun because,
I was just going to say, if the league was at a better standard, okay, hear this, they would have finished in the Champions League places, okay? Do you know the season you just won the Champions League? I'm sorry, you just won the league.
Yeah.
You would have finished in the Champions League places if the league was at a better standard.
Okay, like that's based, when you're saying at a better standard, I'm not gonna necessarily disagree with you on that. I was
So
actually gonna say
the league that when you finished third that season,
yeah.
City finished. I think Arsenal and City finished.
They
I
dropped
think
off.
no, they didn't. So when Klopp's second to last season. Okay,
Yeah.
no, Klopp's the last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys.
Yeah.
Klopp's the last season. Okay, Arne Slot.
He would have won the league last season, arguably with those points that
With them
accumulated.
points, and Arne Slot would have finished fourth with the points that he accumulated last season to win the league. So he would have finished in Champions League places, so he wouldn't have won the league.
Yeah.
So with the points Chelsea and Arsenal and City got that season, they would have finished 1 and 2. Liverpool would have finished probably third or fourth that season. So my question is, if the league was at a better standard, did Arne Slot really improve Liverpool like that? If you only improved by 2 points and won the league, and I asked you the question, or is it just because the league that season was a poor standard?
Like, I wouldn't necessarily say the league was at a poor. I feel like saying a poor standard was okay. It's very harsh, but I will accept it if you wanna put it in those words. Because if we were to rewind it, we can rewind it to your best manager times.
Okay.
How many times did you win the league on 87 points?
Talk about Ferguson.
Yes. Are we gonna say that was a poor standard?
Yeah.
Or
Because if you think about it, back then, if it was a 1 and 2 challenging, then interesting. If it wasn't one or two teams challenging, then you should naturally sweep everyone else aside. But I need receipts, bro. I can't answer that without receipts. If you bring me receipts, we'll review that. But
okay,
we'll review it. Next
I was
episode.
gonna
I
bring
want
receipts.
receipts. You heard it first. I want receipts. But what I'm trying to say is,
no, it did not. I'm not gonna lie. In terms
Yeah.
of the amount of points accumulated,
Yeah.
it was lower than the previous 5 years, give or take. It was less than that.
Right.
But then you could also argue that it was low-key back to default settings last season in terms of anyone beating anyone. But granted, Arsenal were not lucky with injuries. Pep was going through something. But then at the same time, someone's got to win it then.
no, I hear that.
But I wouldn't necessarily
my
call
thing
the
is, I
season-
take away from what I just said is, has Arne Slot really improved Liverpool that much? Because if you need to see it for how it is, Liverpool have spent this much. So last season is predominantly Klopp's team. Okay, this season they said, all right, cool, you've won the league. Now it's time for you to put your own imprint on the team.
Yeah.
So are we really now seeing Arne Slot as a coach, and are we really seeing his true colours as he's probably out of his depth?
No, see, I'm not going to say he's out of his depth. Granted, I hear where you're coming from, but then now this is another topic that I wanted us to talk about, of a transition and adding players. Because I feel like if you look at Arsenal, yes, you can say maybe they didn't spend as much as we did, but they were buying additional players. We are a team in transition. Yes, it's easy to say, you spend 500 million, you should be doing better than you are now. I feel like that's low-key low-hanging fruit, and you can also go at the fact that, is the coaching ABC? But for me, that's why I'm not necessarily at the sacking point, because I feel like the team itself needs to work on team chemistry and bravery, and he needs to know his players and coach them better. I'm not going to say we're seeing the true colors, because some people are saying, this is Ten Hag 2.0. But I won't necessarily call it that, because Ten Hag may have had poor players, but he wasn't in transition. It's a complete opposite from what Slot is. So for me, it's like Slot needs to sharpen up in terms of, okay, this is the system we're playing. But at the same time, I know that the team has.
He doesn't know his best 11.
I've been saying that, and that's why. Do you remember? I even said to you, I want him in the league to play a set.
But he's had a pre-season. That's what pains me. He's had a pre-season to see who does what works well. Injuries have probably not worked for him, okay? But he's had a pre-season to overall see everything in terms of the
To see
players.
everything, yes,
Yeah.
I understand, but at the same
Bar
time,
is like,
yes, but at the same time, the weird thing about preseason is the fact that it's not like we're playing the way we played in preseason. And weirdly, this is where now, this is my hypothesis, and this is now me being a Liverpool fan. It's almost as though I feel like something changed when Heitinga left. Heitinga was our
so he's just been
assistant.
sacked.
Yeah, he's just been sacked. But so I know he's just been sacked. It's no reflection on that, because I feel like Slot is more so an attacking manager. If that makes sense, he will create the chances.
Yeah.
But then our defensive structure
Yeah.
is a bit off. But then if you remember, Heitinga was a defender. So it's almost like, for me as a Liverpool fan, I felt like the synergy between them two was pretty refreshing, how we played, because we were creating chances and we were defensively better than we are this season.
Yeah.
But the new assistant coach,
Is it Van Bronckhorst?
yeah, I don't fully rate him at
He's
the
a
moment.
defender. But is it that final decision, the book falls on the manager in the
Yeah,
day, so-
exactly, 100%.
Yeah.
So that's why for me
So,
it's like, you know what,
yeah.
if we get below, if we don't get top four, it's like he can walk at the end of the season, and that comes back to the manager
Really?
loyalty, because
So you would actually so after last season you wouldn't give him another go if he doesn't finish top four and doesn't win
no,
anything?
okay, the reason why I don't like hiring a manager in the middle of the season,
No, I'm
because
saying yeah, you give him the full season, but it doesn't win nothing.
Yeah.
Doesn't finish top four. You review it end of the season. You'll still say, all right, cool, you're done.
yeah.
He just talks about manager loyalty and saying you don't believe in managers.
You know what?
being
Okay, the reason why I'm
sacked,
saying the reason
da-da-da.
why I'm saying that is I even said to you was I expect us to do better from maybe December, January times
Right.
to improve.
I think
If we are still in, so for me, if we are improving with the squad that we have from January onwards, that's why I never said we're going to win the league, because of
yeah,
that
you said
very
that you was
same.
early doors. You invested early with that one, not
No,
winning the
like,
league.
dude, like,
You knew what was coming in.
No, it's not even knowing what is coming.
Yeah.
It's as a football player, and like you said earlier, if you come into a new school,
Yeah.
you know you're not going to gel in first go. Like some players
No,
are
hear
going
it. So that's
like,
that's what further emphasizes my point. So if his team's not taking time to gel, injuries, personnel and stuff like that, and you're going through a transition period, would you at least not give him another year to correct it?
I would. And remember, I think at the top of this, I said I'm low-key mad at our recruitment because I know how stubborn we can be. And I think you misunderstood that. What I meant by that is the fact that if, for some reason, if we can't get the player we want,
Yeah.
we have a tendency of not signing anyone.
Anyway, it's either that all or nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like whenever in our heads, it's like we're going to get here, we're going to get here. Once we see, oh snap, we can't get him, we didn't pivot quick.
Yeah.
Do you know
To
what I
try
mean?
and find an alternative.
It was like, so this is where for me, it's like, you know what, maybe Slot did want to play three at the back, but then because of us not being able to secure a centre back, he was like, you know what, I will do with what I got. It's all good. I'll make something work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, going back to January time, if we don't sign a centre back, because now it's like Slot, no. If you do want to play three at the back, get a centre back, or it's gonna get dark.
Right.
So if you can see a centre back, it's like, yo, do what you initially planned on doing. If there was a plan to play three at the back,
Yeah.
get them defenders in.
Right.
Because Apin said we needed defenders. And weirdly enough, if we still bought new defenders and we're still playing four at the back, I feel like we'd be going the very same thing we're doing now. Because I don't think it's down to the personnel. I think it's down to the system. It's systematic. So that's why for me, it's like by January time, we're still going to be in the FA Cup. Are we? I think so. And we're still going to be in the Champions League. Hopefully, well, the playoffs are in January. And then the Prem. For me, the January time, show me what you got. You know your play. You've been with the players now for 3
Salah's not
months.
going to be there as well. So minus Salah, you never know. It'll give you a glimpse of what Liverpool are going to be
No,
like
and
in the future as well. So.
it's weird because we never really lost many games without Salah. Even when Klopp was here,
Yeah.
because Jota would play on the right, Oxlade-Chamberlain would play on the
Yeah.
right, Elliot would play on the right, we would hold it down. And actually, that was usually Jota's hottest period. When, like,
yeah, next time more responsibility. Yeah.
exactly. So ultimately, I think I'm giving him until end of the year. I'm not saying sack him now, unless we get to a point of no return. Which, that's why a failure for
Liverpool
us.
fans slot in or slot out.
No, I feel like it's slot in, because yeah,
Yeah.
because we might, like I said to you before, we just might do a PSG. So it might be too premature if we're to sack him now, if we turn things round. And I also did say to you, if we are still within single figures behind the league leaders, I'm not even looking at top four, the league leaders, I still have hope that we're gonna be in the Champions League. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But once we go like 12, 13, 14, 15 points behind, yo, patting up.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's what I'm at. How do you see it as an outsider?
What, the league or just your team?
Let's say our team, because you've been wanted your manager out, and it looks like now he's finally got them playing, which means you've been loyal. You've been loyal to your manager as a club.
Me, when it comes to, I'm a realist, man, and I'm seeing the way it is at United. Everyone's gonna be like, oh yeah, we've improved. We've improved in terms of games that we've not lost compared to last season. Okay, we've lost less games, but them games that we've lost are now turning into draws. And Nottingham Forest, I said to you, United hate when playing physical teams. Okay, teams that are probably more powerful and got more legs in them. Okay, and plus you're playing a Sean Dyche team as well. Manager bounce. It's always difficult. So that second half, we don't know how to manage games. Do you know what United remind me of a little bit? Chelsea last season. Chelsea will go in the league, will go into the lead, and they'll sit back and start protecting the lead, but they haven't got defenders that are that good to keep the opposition out.
So it's almost like keep the fire burning, keep whatever you're doing up.
What I was saying it to one of my boys. I was like, Forest, we need to score a second goal. We need to score a second goal, because if we don't, it's going to come back to bite us in the arse, innit? And Tottenham, that game, everyone knew Tottenham away. I don't care what form they're in or whatever, but Tottenham have beaten us 3 times or 4 times.
Oh, so Tottenham, they can attack. They've always...
Tottenham have beaten us 4 times last season. And the Europa League don't even talk about it.
Oh yeah, true.
That still gives me PTSD, man. But Tottenham know how to beat United, unfortunately. And they've got a goal.
They know how to win in Manchester.
Yeah, even though like they've not been scoring the most goals or whatever, but the way United are, we're not good enough to control games. We're not good enough to shut games out. Yeah. So our game management after half time is absolutely shocking. And rather than kill off the opposition, we try and bed in, protect, and try and win on the counter attack, which is not sustainable. If we won against Tottenham and if we won against Forest, we'll be up there right now, at least 4 points behind.
Yeah, are you putting that on the manager, or
I'm putting that on the manager because the manager is ultimately the person who instructs the players of how to go about things in terms of game management.
Yeah, but
if he says emphasize the attack second half, go and kill the opposition, then go and do that.
Do you know what?
Play to your strengths.
Like sometimes I feel like maybe it's easy to blame it on the manager, because I remember a couple of years ago Zaha went on a mad one, and he was going at Palace players. He was saying he was actually just going off at his teammates, saying as soon as they score a goal, they think they've won the game. And he didn't even say it was the manager that said do that. He was saying the players have a tendency.
Sit in. Bro, I see it on 7-a-side. 7-a-side when we're playing. Yeah,
so that's what I mean. So
we'll start winning 2-1. And then, I don't know, it's just a psychological thing, yeah. It's just like, all right, let's protect what we've got. But we're not good enough to protect what we've got.
So it's like keep
play
it
to
going.
your strengths. Yeah. United's back line, is shaky. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah. Okay, how many clean sheets have we kept away from home? We never win or keep clean sheets away from home. So play fire over fire, because Tottenham were there for the taking.
Yeah, I mean, with Tottenham, you know it's going to be back and forth.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A manager who can afford to do that is Arteta. He can sit in, score a goal, and sit in.
Because he's got
the defence.
To be like,
he's got the structures and the defence and the players to do that.
Yeah.
But we can't afford to do that. We need to go and kill the opposition. when we do take the lead, but we're just
Yeah.
not.
No.
Yeah.
So do you think manager loyalty then is dead?
Manager loyalty is dead, same as player loyalty. Like, if a manager's got a better offer, like, what's his name? Bournemouth manager.
Yeah.
If Chelsea came in for him, you think he's saying no?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
He's not
but
saying
to
no,
be fair,
man.
even Amorim, you just
Amorim,
yeah,
he won the league with Sporting and he said he didn't want to come
yeah.
midway through the season. And there was like, United said it's out, even now or never.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what?
He
cool.
folded just like that.
Let's go. So, yeah, manager loyalty. Managers get sacked all the time.
Yeah.
You
see,
won't
that
win
might-
for 4 games, you're out the door.
Yeah.
So why should they have loyalty towards a club?
No, but see, like that's where my issue is. Like, I think so, unless the manager's just doing horrible, then fair enough. But I hear, let us know in the comments what you think or where you sit with the topics we've discussed today. So we spoke about attacking midfielders, wingers, VAR, chemistry, and obviously new players, and of course manager loyalty. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts.
Cool.
But no, do you think we've touched on anything else? Anything you want to pick up on?
No, just obviously keep on liking, subscribing, and yeah, just drop more questions. We're happy to answer your opinions.
Yeah.
And my favourite team, Newcastle. We'll discuss them another time.
Yeah,
Everyone laughed at me when I was like, Newcastle, they're in, but we'll discuss it another time.
yeah, you did say that. Yeah, you did
And Nottingham
say
Forest is what I said last season. But I said last season, Nottingham Forest is not going to perform the same way they perform this season,
Yeah.
and they might even be in the relegation battle. I said
Where are
that
they
we
now?
need to
No,
pull up the
You
receipts.
know what? One of the episodes we're gonna
Yeah.
just like
We're gonna review what's been said.
Yeah, we're gonna review our
Yeah.
hot takes.
Awards night. Who said this? Who said that?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like that would be interesting to be fair, because you did say about Newcastle, and to be fair, both of us did, and I said, you know what, they should just forget about the Champions League and secure
Focus
a
on the
position.
league,
Yeah,
yeah.
focus on the league. But maybe you offended a few people by saying that.
But them people who were crying, I told you so.
Hey man, you know, remember Newcastle fans almost got at us. But if you enjoyed it, tune in next time. Peace, love, and music. Have a good one.